What's up, art fans? My name's Jesse and this is Studio Sessions. So we're just gonna jump right into it. It's the middle of summer and some of us are getting those summer lulls, right? And in lieu of Banksy's newest residency in London, I figured that I would talk about self-assigned projects, right? So technically as an artist, before you're living your life entirely by commissions, most of the projects that you give yourself are going to be technically self-assigned projects, but more of what I'm talking about in this video and giving examples of is going to be more about kind of like bodies of work, right? Giving yourself more than just one painting, but kind of trying to create a series of work in a limited amount of time. But really, I did a couple of these projects in an effort to combat boredom and the slower months of the summer earlier on in my career, and I find them to be really invigorating, very motivating, very inspirational, not only for myself but for others, but it helps me to grow my work. So I'm just going to share a couple things that I've done in the past with you guys. Take it as you will, and hopefully it inspires some cool work out there. But this first one definitely was inspired by Banksy. It comes from 2015. So in the month of August of 2015, I did a project called 31 Days of Street Art. I basically planned where I was going to do a bunch of little pieces that accented the city and, you know, just were little conversation pieces. It got picked up by the news and became this scavenger hunt. It became this whole thing that I didn't expect it to be. It was a lot of fun. I had restaurants contacting me, and you know, unbeknownst to me, it was just a simple little project that really touched a lot of people and ended up being a lot of fun. So we're gonna take a look real quick at that project, and all right, so this is the first one, day one that I did just behind my house, called Let's Go Fly an F-22. Real fun, nice surface. This was a quickie I threw up around the corner from my house. I think this one was called Love Bomb. This was a cool piece of a bent pipe that had just been painted over, so I did a little Bruce Lee on it. This one was just basically a mini mural, right? A couple little surfer stencils and a little quick throwy. This one got cleaned up like the next day. This one was right in front of a dog park entrance. Super cute with the T-Rex there. This one, not so great, but I just, yep. This was part of a few different ones. This was one of the restaurants that had reached out to me, and so I did a whole series of these little people helping each other climb things all over the restaurant. So they're hidden. There's probably about 12 of them there. Restaurant's not there anymore, though. This was a series of little three-dimensional hearts that I had made and hidden all over the city for people to find or whatever. I don't know if they were found. I didn't put any hashtags or anything on them, but yeah, that was just an example. There's probably about, I don't know, 12 of those. This one was one of my favorites. Realize, realize, realize. If you get the reference, extra love. This is a part of my Dodo Bird series. So I did a few of these different birds. It was also, again, it was 2015, so there, if you're familiar, there was a very interesting political climate going on at that time. And I watched a lot of Drag Race at that time, so RuPaul for President. This was a fun piece I did in a little neighborhood. It did get cleaned up, but funny thing was that the people of the neighborhood actually got a hold of me and asked me if I could come out and redo it. Here's just a little very Banksy-inspired piece that was just in an abandoned lot. I had this big board and did something that was very Jonan Vasquez inspired and left it somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. This one was a nice little grimy scene, a really nice alleyway in downtown Phoenix, and just an image of a guy dragging his heart around through the dirty alleyways. I always like these quote pieces. If we're not supposed to eat animals, why are they made of meat? Socrates, or if you're being cute, Socrates. Another just conversation on the city. So, you know, this is a lot of what I find interesting about street art is using street art to make commentary on things that need to be repaired or dealt with in the city. This one was just fun. There's a couple different photos of angles from this one, but it's just a cat calling a bird bird brain and a bird calling a cat a pussy. You know, it's just, I don't know, the roles that we give other people that we assume that they're supposed to assume. Another one of my dodo birds. Life is beautiful, sure is. Did a lot of these cats with these like call your mom and don't forget the milk messages, kind of like self-notes. Those are the fun ones that I like doing personally. They're my favorites. This one stayed up for a long time. This was a gallery that was shuttered. It did open back up. There's some great photos of this piece later on as it progressed until they finally ended up covering it up. More of my dodo bird series, again, right around a very heavy political climate in our country. Some more of these dodo bird series. This one was absolutely one of my favorites. I love doing these negative space splatter pieces. The cat turned out way good, and this literally came from watching a cat fall in some water in my backyard and then went near a wall and shook himself off, and anyways, that was what that was about. Not a drug war, but a drugstore. This one's still up. I did a lot of these as canvas stencils. So yeah, this one, if you go, it's still there on Roosevelt, and it's right next to the Monorchid. This one speaks for itself. This was a really cool piece right behind the ice house. It could still be there. I haven't been there in a long time. There's a lot of great photos of people discovering this piece, kind of stumbling across it. And this one is called Rare Folly. It's a concept that I have had for a long time, but it's the idea of flowers growing out of a garbage can. Those who have the gold make the rules, a true concept that I think a lot of us are familiar with. This is a really great photo, fantastic morning light. I have a hilarious story about this piece, but I'm going to save that story for another studio sessions where I tell you guys all about the crazy things that have happened to me while I've been painting. And then this is the last one, Follow Your Bliss. It is an interactive piece. You can kind of hold the little roller and stand and make it look like you painted it, but pay no never mind to the fact that I misspelled the word follow. But yeah. Okay, so there's that one. I wanted to share that one with you guys because that was one of my first fully realized projects where I had mapped everything out. I knew all of the pieces that I was going to do, and then I went and executed them every day, not knowing that other people were going to be interested and that it was going to get turned into a scavenger hunt. So I'll leave the link to what that scavenger hunt looked like in the description. So if you want to check out that news source, you can. But that was just one of those things where I just did something for fun and the public really responded in a positive way. It was fantastic fun. It moved my career along, and I didn't get paid for any of it. It wasn't about that. It was just about kind of doing something fun and creative. So here's one I did a few years later, not until 2022, and this was another situation where I didn't have any projects for an entire month. So for the month of July, I didn't have anything. And I wanted to, again, kind of just push myself along a little bit and see what it was that I could do, maybe create some new work, maybe sell a little bit of work, whatever. They were small pieces, but it was called 31 Paintings in 31 Days, and the idea was to do exactly that, to paint every single day for a month. That was the challenge, and to not only paint every day, but to finish a piece every single day. So some of them overlapped a little bit, but truth is, I painted a piece. I painted 31 pieces in 31 days, and it was insane. So let's scope out some of these pieces. All right, so here's day one. Real simple, small piece. I think this was like I don't know, 3x9, maybe 4x12. Same thing here, just a quick little 4x4, something quick. Not really sure what I was getting myself into. This one's a little 6x6, solamente una vez. This one's always popular. Kind of same thing here, just getting back into those little silhouettes. And then this is just experimenting. Nice negative wood space there. This one is kind of the direction I'm starting to lean now. Just a smaller version of a familiar piece, kind of refamiliarizing myself with some of my original concepts. This one was interesting. This one was a concept that had been rattling around in my mind, right? The sunset flower and kind of using the flower as the canvas. And this one sold really quick. It was great. The cactus heart always, that's kind of my go-to. The agave, same thing. I always love painting an agave no matter what. This one was really nice, kind of just trying out some new forms, some new angles. Pretty traditional, just trying out some new colors, and then the shadow effect on the paddles. This one was fun. This one harkens back to like what I used to draw when I was like in 5th grade. I always loved doing the hearts with like the swords and the banners and the halos and the wings and the arrows. This is just, I love it. This one actually turned into a much larger piece. I have a short video that you guys can watch about doing a 4-foot by 4-foot canvas version of this one. Speaks for itself. Cosmic Cactus, this one is fun. Again, kind of experimenting with colors and backgrounds. This one has Dr. Seuss vibes to me. Again, part of the purpose of this project is experimenting, so I have done some black and white pieces in the past. This one is really just kind of trying to go back to that sketchboard look, the black and white feel. I had so much fun. I'd love to do an entire series just like this. Always having fun with these kind of space, cosmic cactus vibes. Balance, always important. I gave this one to my mom. This one I had a ton of fun with. I'd say this is certainly, again, where I'm leaning. This is part of the new thing where it's not just regular canvases. I'm starting to do different shapes and more horizontal. Kind of mixing my styles, bringing in that splatter and that blending. This one was a lot of fun. Again, part of that black and white series with maybe like a single color, almost that bringing a little Japanese ink painting into it subtly. Here's another one. And then this was one that I'd always wanted to do. I didn't have a buyer for it, but I knew it would sell quick, and sure enough it did. Same day that I posted it, this one was sold. One that was rattling around my mind for a long time, and it's insane to think, right? So this piece is like 12 or 18 feet wide and then like 2 or 3 feet high. I forget the exact dimensions of this canvas, but this is one that I worked on for a couple of those days and then was able to finish up on one of the days. But this one took a lot of work, and it was a really cool idea. It turned out pretty great. Another little heart, just fun. I like doing the hearts. I always love doing the sun as well. This face started out as the garden god for me and then transformed into the sun. But I'd like to go back to the garden god if I could. The Find Your Way, kind of like based on just some tattoo stuff that I was looking at, and then I made it look like wood. So this was just an effort to kind of go, again, different directions. Show me your plants. Do it. A nice, lovely little paddle. And then this one was really nice. This one had a lot of love. I did some more of these later on. This one was really, really great. Absolutely. A lot of love for this one. All right, so that was the 2022 July-long project, 31 paintings in 31 days. And again, I just didn't have anything going on, so I wanted to push myself and try some new things. Some of the paintings were smaller, and then as the month went on and I got more and more into it, the paintings became more elaborate. And as I'm talking about this, I'm remembering that my air conditioning went out at that time, and I remember I was just staying in the house, just painting, and I would go and jump in the pool and then wouldn't dry off, and I'd run back into the house soaking wet, and then I would be able to sit and paint for 45 minutes, and it was so hot that I couldn't sleep. That's definitely part of the reason why I got so much of that work done. But the project definitely did what it was supposed to do. It kept me busy, it gave me a body of work, and wonderfully, a lot of those pieces sold very quickly. I ended up selling everything from that month, but some of those pieces sold as soon as I posted them, and that was really fantastic. Drummed up some business, get people active. People were coming back to see what was available and then asking what days were available for purchase, and it was really rad. So because there was so much success, I ended up doing the same thing in 2023. So last year I went a little bit bigger. I planned a little bit more for the month, and I actually set aside time for the month. So instead of just filling in the void because I didn't have anything, I made sure that I didn't have anything, and I focused on this project. So this is kind of the next level version, if you will, of painting 31 paintings in 31 days. So let's take a look. All right, so we've got day one. Again, just kind of starting off with something that's familiar. Then we did a little piece that I had just wanted to put on a canvas. Super cute. This one's only like, I don't know, 4x6. Again, a similar thing, 6x6 canvas. Just had a little bit of fun, and then happened to be over in the area where I had painted a mural before, so got a really cool kind of industrial vibe shot with my own artwork in as the background. This is one that I knew was going to be important, and again, I was utilizing this project to get a certain body of work done. So this painting actually got scanned and became the stickers that I've got, which you can find on my website, shinethroughart.com. You can get this, and I think I have 6 other stickers, new ones coming soon. Same thing with this. This is the heart that I painted and then scanned and became the stickers. So those stickers are not digitally designed. They're painted and then scanned. This one was a lot of fun, right? I've done a version of this painting before, but was just kind of seeing what it looked like with my new skill set. The gecko was a lot of fun. This is one that had been rattling around in my mind. I Loved You from the Gecko, and it was very popular. This got bought on the same day that I posted it. Spike, he is one of my absolute favorites. Again, this is one of the paintings I did that was scanned. He found a really good home. He's actually right next to an Andy Warhol piece. All right, and then I've got my Jackrabbit here. This one was something I wanted to try. Really enjoyed doing this one. The jackalope. That's our cryptid here in the Southwest. Free hugs, because why not, We've got this lovely little church that has a garden next to it, so it's a public garden, and they have some wonderful plants and some great photo opportunities there. Foodie Frog, painted this guy a while ago, and he has become a fan favorite. I've done 4 of him, and he sells out every time. People love the Foodie Frog. Suck it! Love that skull and cactus vibe, It's fun. And just good advice, right? Don't be a prick. Been doing a lot of experimenting with this whole neon thing. I wanna do more with it, and this one was Arizona neon, cool vibe. This one I stained with coffee, and I was just kind of having fun with the Arizona stuff. I always like doing the Arizona flag, and this is just kind of combining the silhouette cactus and then a distressed Arizona flag. A little more paddle on paddles. Another Mustache Gracias. I love painting this one. Gotta support those mustaches. This one was called Barbie Paddle. There's no black, it's only pink and white. cactus. Another prick one. I always love doing these kind of like postcard style pieces. Oh yeah, I painted this one because Oppenheimer came out, so this one is called Mushroom Cloud. Another screaming cactus, so this is the one that I got scanned as well, and he's a sticker now also. Same thing with Arizona Dreamin'. So again, this is all happening one after another, and most of these canvases are 16 by 20. This one's 20 by 20. I love doing those suns, so it was just night after night of painting and just craziness. And so that's why some of these smaller ones kind of got squeezed in there. Oh, here's the spray paint can. This one's a lot of fun. This is probably my next project that I'll be doing, right, is some spray paint cans, so be on the lookout for that one. It's going to be my next self-assigned project. This one was just really cool, like kind of cool canvas, showing the mix of colors on the paddles, just different variants. Woo! Cactopus. This one is rad, right? Just gotta love it. I knew there'd be somebody out there who, I knew this one was like highly specific, but I knew the person that when they saw it, they were gonna be like, that's it! Oh, and they were. It was great. Another agave, just always practicing the agave, never get tired of it. Oh, yeah. So I'm doing a bigger version of this one. I don't know why it took me so long to finally paint this thing. Ooh, yeah, King of the Keats. So there are these really great assortment of birds that live in that garden area next to us, and there's lovebirds, there's parakeets, there's all kinds of different birds, but there was one morning where they were just letting themselves be known, and so I had to do my little King of the Keats piece. Yeah, love this one. Okay, so those are the projects, right? So those are just some examples of things that I have done to push myself, motivate myself, kind of explore and try some new things when otherwise I wouldn't have the opportunity to do or try that. So if you happen to find yourself like with writer's block or creative block or not enough, I don't know, you don't have any time to do anything, maybe create a self-assigned project and get those juices flowing again. So again, in lieu of what Banksy's doing in London and in lieu of the summertime stretch, I just wanted to show you some of the projects that I've done in the past. So get out there, get creative, try something new, and create a project that opens up opportunity for you to explore and push yourself as an artist or a creative, set parameters for yourselves and abide by those parameters. If you tell yourself like, hey, I'm gonna paint for an hour every day or whatever it is, then do that. And you've got to do it for a whole month. That's the rule. There's no rules. It's art. Do what you want. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like and subscribe button because I am trying to grow the channel. You can always check me out on Instagram, and now you can check me out on TikTok at Mr. Downtown Phoenix. I'm also on Threads. And then, yeah, you can always scope out my website, shinethroughart.com, for merch. You can scope out what I've got for sale and inquire about mural opportunities. So anyways, thanks again, you guys, so much for watching. And as always, I'll catch you next time.